Hi, I'm Elias, a creative AI-powered business consultant. You're watching my Founder One business exercise. Founder One because one day, one person, one challenge. If you visit startup events, you see that the world is changing drastically and fundamentally, especially the product life cycles. So all business models over the world and through the line are changing. And here are a few slides from recent PakCon in Berlin. I'm going to link the speakers in the description. It's not enough to do a long-term planning, but you have to iteratively look at your metrics and adapt and adjust because the landscape is getting more and more competitive. And we're also facing not only in Germany, but a global skills problem. You had the Industrial Revolution, which multiplied the physical strength of a worker with machines, and now AI is doing the same with the brain power. So basically, you have the issue that you need to upskill your workers, and Germany is ranking very low, and also the onboarding times, not just in this chart, but I regularly see it on LinkedIn, skilled workers complaining that move from abroad to Germany and they are not onboarded properly. So these are just a few of the most insightful charts, and you can see that the value creation through AI is fundamental. And also a few things and use cases that you can do. And once you set it up, your data, your AI, your infrastructure, you can reinvent your whole business, create new services, new offerings. And the curve is at first very low because you need to install and you need to train your people and set it up. But once your system is running, you get enormous benefits. And also, if you look at the competitors on a global scale, OpenAI, Google, NVIDIA, Meta, and whoever creates large language models, their hugest disadvantage is that they don't have your internal data. So therefore, this is a mode that you can use. And here just another few ways, and especially highlighting the medical industry because it's also very conservative and people complain about hallucinations. Even now, the doctors are starting to adopt AI, and you can also see that the costs are drastically falling. And another issue is that thanks to AI, there are going to be a lot of cybersecurity threats, but also AI can help mitigate it and save your company from potential harm. And I'm closing with this study, better called GPT, which shows how drastically AI is disrupting the legal industry with a few metrics here. And since I have a few friends working in the legal industry, and also my mom was a former financial supervisor, so I just decided to look at DATEV, which is one of the most important software companies in Europe. And they are focused on software and solutions and training for lawyers, tax accountants, and auditors. So the key facts is that they were founded 50 years ago, roundabout. They're organized as a cooperative. And at the time of this recording, you have around 9,000 people and 2.5 million B2B clients. So, and it started as computerized bookkeeping company, then of course adapted to PCs and Windows software, and currently they're upgrading for cloud transformation and AI integration. And what is very important in the legal and in accounting industry is, of course, to have a good reputation. And DATEV is known for its reliability, accuracy, and regulatory compliance. But some people might think they are not up to date when it comes to their usability, to their services, and their offerings. But in general, good performance, if you look at it, even though you can't find the specific numbers, but what you can find looks very promising. But as most companies, they also have challenges attracting younger people, specifically in tech, but also across the line. So a SWOT analysis, you can see there's a lot of good, but also some weaknesses and threats. And the Port of Five Forces analysis highlights especially the threat of substitutes due to the new AI in cloud-based startups and providers and services. So the growth share metrics, self-explanatory, and the business model canvas, you can pause at any time to read it. The past analysis also highlights the diminishing health of the German and European economies, while America is booming and China is still doing great. We have issues, and of course the changing demographics of accounting professionals in accounting is also really under threat by technological changes. So these are the offerings that DATEV has, and if you look at it, it's very dominant in the German market, of course, German company, but also in DACH, like Austria and Switzerland, growing in Europe, but internationally it's not really expanded yet. So these are 4 of the main competitors on a global scale. And then if you look at the positioning, we're going to look at 5 areas. The accounting softwares, where they started, still dominant, have a huge array of integrated solutions. But the online and cloud areas, they have already competitors with more flexibility and scalability. And legal software is also growing and has integrated solutions, but also here, many more competitors. And they also do B2B counseling for law firms and for auditors, tax accountants. So that's where they also offer a lot. And they're going into artificial intelligence and offering first integrations and upgrades to the software. The question is if that's enough or not. And of course, they also have online services, cloud-based software as a service, and mobile solutions, that are various fields. So you can see they already changed, they transformed, but as the speed of transformation is rapidly increasing, so should each company in every field. We're looking at 5 different customer profiles, accounting software, of course, and their journeys. And with the legal software, it's, of course, different. But it's very self-explanatory. And you can see that they have a wide field of potential stakeholders that need to take into account and different customer journeys. And we have, of course, every company and every nation and every organization faces global issues. And here just a small overview of 9 that I identified and how you can utilize it or what they mean for any company, and especially for DATEV. So then let's look at blue ocean strategies. So first, I brainstormed 50 ideas, but I'm not going to go through 50 ideas because it's ludicrous. And then I filtered and eliminated ideas to these criteria because, of course, if you plan out a plan, it should be ideally long-term and should utilize most of the assets that a company has. And we don't need like a small iterative steps. We need big, huge leaps and a big, huge vision. So I distilled it down to 4 strategic clusters with various ideas inside. So the first would be to create an integrated AI platform that autonomously handles routine professional tasks and enables human experts to focus on strategic work. This addresses the need to modernize, but also leverages the existing market position. And it has 4 or more value propositions, and the chain of thought is also, in my opinion, pretty logical. Another strategic cluster would be to develop a blockchain-based network that facilitates secure international collaboration and automated compliance, which would address the currently limited international presence, but also build on the reputation and reliability. And this would be a great play because the world is interconnected and goods and money is moving faster, and we need more security, we need more trust, we need faster digital ways of doing business than we have currently. Then the third would be a quantum-enhanced impact platform that creates the possibility for ESG reporting and impact measurement, and would create an entirely new market space while addressing an emerging critical need. So there's, of course, a far in the future route that you could go, but ESG is important and will probably become even more important in the reporting. But since the world is becoming more and more complex, we are hopefully soon having first quantum solutions that are market ready, but at least it looks promising, so what I can tell. And what's the fourth and also very important area is to have an immersive learning and collaboration environment that transforms professional development, because we have a skills gap not only in Germany but internationally in various fields. And this would also create new revenue streams and strengthen the customer relationships. So these are the technologies that we already hear a lot about, the AI personalized solutions. Here we would be learning paths, but also virtual reality training simulations. It's, in my opinion, also a very promising strategic vision. So the roadmap could be like this. I think that's feasible, and especially taking into account that AI is increasingly accelerating the development, which I think not many companies have on their radar. And the critical success factors here also laid out in 4 categories, pretty self-explanatory in my opinion. And of course, these are also 4 areas with 4 sub-segments where you should mitigate your risk. So if you look at the ideas and the metrics, then these are, of course, very rough estimates of how much revenue growth you could expect over the next 5 years, and how much of your revenue would be from those new services and the market caps. And potentially, of course, since there are a few breakthrough ideas, you would create a few breakthrough patents and also create market leadership in even more countries and, prosper. And these are a few soft, not really predictable in metrics improvements that I see on the horizon. The strategic advantages of all those ideas are also based in the DNA of DATEV. So in the end, I would see DATEV transforming from a software provider to a global professional services platform ecosystem, because it would use the cutting-edge technology that is available or soon will be available, but also maintain its cooperative values and commitments to excellence. So this was my quick one-day run-through. And if you want to fast-track your digital transformation, contact me. I'm happy to help.